Welcome back. Book 2 is better. Today we are covering season 1 of Family Guy. Travis, what did you think?
There's some good puns in there, man. It's pretty goofy.
What a cast of characters.
How about that Quagmire, huh? He's a little horny devil, isn't he?
I love him. Guy's guy.
Giggity giggity goo.
How do you think it would hold up? Season 1, Family Guy. Peter, Stewie, Brian.
I don't know, man. I used to have the DVDs of early Family Guy seasons, and that got me through parts of high school. You know, I can never hate on it, as horrific as it probably is on rewatch.
There's no point in denying that there was a time where I thought it was the funniest thing that had ever been made.
I mean, there are some lines that I still say, like, you've been working on that novel, right?
Yeah,
working on that novel for a little while. Or the Ipecac episode where they're just barf for 5 minutes.
That's great, which Workaholics completely stole.
True.
I think with all that kind of stuff, there has to be something good about it. It wouldn't be that big if it were completely, except for the Big Bang Theory exception, which is
true.
That show is ass, man. I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, I don't have anything there. I've never made it through or attempted to make it through an episode of that. But speaking of a Family Guy creator, Seth MacFarlane, rumored to be adapting Dungeon Crawler Carl.
It seems like it's maybe actually going to get made. They're positive. Okay, and I'm sure we're all excited that it's going to be animated.
It has to be. I mean, there's just no...
However, they just announced that it's going to be live action.
Did they really?
Why? Oh my God, why?
Wait, they actually did? Oh no.
How are they going to get a real dinosaur?
What stupid... They're going to get... Who's the guy who plays the Punisher?
Brad Pitt.
No. He's like... Oh, that guy is going to be Carl. He's just going to be shirtless and heart boxers, and it's going to suck.
Man, yeah, the live action thing really took the wind out of my... Speaking of Family Guy, I sort of was like, I feel like they could do a really good job with DCC.
It makes the most sense. Like, I was actually excited when I'm sure that's old news to the community, but I found it out recently,
dude,
and I was excited.
CGI donut for like... No.
Like, it's going to be like the movie... What was the movie? Ted? Where that's what it's going to be like.
Oh, Mongo. I'm already crying for CGI Mongo.
Dude, there's no part of me that has any desire to see that live action. It has to be animated.
Ugh. The world of television is sad and frustrating. It really is.
It is. And meanwhile, Snow White's out here losing $170 million.
Okay, fucking right winger. You've been watching Critical Drinker?
That woke ass Disney
Dude,
media.
That happened to me one time. Someone sent me a video from Critical Drinker. Didn't know what it was. Watched maybe 15 seconds. I was like, this is like some wild incel shit, right? Like, no, is it? It's like,
oh no.
You gotta be paying a little more attention to what you're putting in the algorithm.
You know what this was a shocking occurrence to me. So I never take a yellow cab in New York because I'm always subway or bike or whatever. But I was late to a meeting and I was in Midtown. I had to take a yellow cab. All New York yellow cabs have Newsmax playing at full volume in the back seat, the little TV console.
What the hell? Really?
It's like I think it's like a yellow cab contract that they've done. But and I looked into it because I was like, why is Newsmax playing in the heart of Manhattan? It was horrible. I felt my little liberal heart felt so offended.
Man. Can we talk to Curtis Sliwa about this and see if we can get something fixed?
He's been real quiet since the election, let me tell you that.
And the rat population is out of control.
I don't think Halloween is going to be the same this year. There are going to be a few, not as many Sliwas out there.
I was thinking, does seem like New York's kind of fine, even though you have the communist czar, Mamdani.
Yeah, it was really cold, so he probably should have fixed that. But
I mean, yeah, ultimately buck stops with him, and y'all had a crazy ass cold snap. So, do better.
But you know what's better than being cold?
Not being cold.
not being cold in the desert with your best friends for 5 days. I'll see you in person in 2 days, and I can't wait.
Stay in hell. I bet our listeners don't care about our trip to Scottsdale, but you know what they are going to care about? The shit that I just sent you. Are you familiar with a popular piece of Harry Potter fan fiction called My Immortal?
Oh no, but is this on what's the website? Is it like a Tale of Our Others or something like that all fanfic is on?
DeviantArt?
No, it's like AOO.
I don't know.
I think it's like is it like Archive of Our Own? I don't know. But yeah, I'm scared.
Okay.
What do you want me to read?
Okay, so My Immortal is a very popular, by popular I mean widely read, fanfic. It's named after the song My Immortal by Evanescence.
Love Evanescence.
It's a bit of a edgy teen goth spin on Harry Potter. And some people have wondered if it is serious.
Is it as good as Harry Potter with guns? My favorite YouTube video.
A gun might make an appearance here. And just for context, the author goes by the name XXX Bloody Wrists 666 XXX.
Did you? I was going to say my first RuneScape name was Top Notch Mage XXX. So
that's just very wholesome. Much better. Are you looking for a top notch mage? Better. Well, you found him. Dude,
you want me to read this?
I was about to ask you if you know about the RuneScape trout guy, but let's go. Let's do this. Can you read the selection from the first?
You want me to start at the first photo you sent me?
First photo, just the circled text.
All right. You want me to read these bad boys?
Yeah, please. Give me your best Michael Kramer here.
Okay, let me start with the title. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX room. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on.
Let's call it there. Next, I
felt pretty hot.
Okay, so this is from the same chapter. Just to set the scene, she's at Hogwarts, and she runs into Draco.
Okay. Just then, Draco walked up to me. "Hi," he said. "Hi," I replied flirtily. "Guess what?" he said. "What?" I asked. "Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade," he told me. "Oh my fucking God," I screamed. "I love GC. They're my favorite bands besides MCR. Oh my
Lore
God.
accurate Harry Potter. I mean,
Right.
I don't think I would know
one.
that this wasn't from the book if you didn't tell me. Yeah, can you? Okay, so eventually they go to the concert. They have a great time. They have sex in the Forbidden Forest. Dumbledore shows up and screams, "What the fuck are you doing?" in all caps, which really killed me.
Which is equivalent to, "Why'd you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
What the fuck are you doing?" Okay, and for some reason, Harry Potter is a vampire, and he goes by the name Vampire Potter.
Vampire Potter.
And they're like, "Why do you?" And she's like, "Why do they call you a vampire?" It's like, "Well, I am. So I go by Vampire Potter." It's like, all
Checks
right.
out.
Seems like you might want to keep that more on the down low. Okay. So anyways, Voldemort shows up with a mission.
"No, Voldemort," I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. "No, please," I begged. "Thou must," he yelled. "If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco." "How did you know?" I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a "dude, you are so can't say that word. Look on his face. "I have telekinesis," he answered cruelly. "And if you doth not kill vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco." Oh, then he flew away angrily on his broomstick.
Trying to see if I can get you to say the R word on the podcast.
You really throwing it in there, man.
Well, I mean, there's a lot more. If maybe we'll cover it next on the
Aren't
podcast.
like the longest novels in the world fanfic? Like just trash fanfic?
What is it? There's like a Harry Potter fanfic about Harry Potter if he was raised by rational philosophers. And it's like 3 million words long. It's like Harry Potter and the rational mind.
I kind of love that.
Yeah. I don't know.
We could rewrite Sun Eater in fanfic. I mean, we did come up with our own fanfic of it, but...
Oh, yeah. Raising Darren Danu, or whatever his name is. Yeah, your idea was the best.
I was happy with that.
Okay. 10 minutes of bullshit. We have to talk about The Strength of the Few by James Islington, noted Australian.
SOTF, Part 1, chapters something to something, but they're in the title. And just look for the big thing that says Part 1 is over. I know that's really hard for some of you on the internet who need to physically mark every chapter heading.
Hey,
with
can
a
you
different
not be rude
color-coded
to the readers,
post-it
please?
note. You idiots.
I do not want to be mean to the readers. I'm not finding it that hard to figure out which world we're in.
You know, and before I read the book, I had seen some reviews that were like, oh, I had trouble in following all three worlds.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets crazier later on. I'll be the first to admit I'm wrong if that does happen. But come on, man. The chapter headings have different things. The languages are different. It's completely different systems.
When I start a chapter and someone starts speaking full sentences of Gaelic, I know where I am. I'm in Druid Viking world.
And when he opens the chapter and says, it was really hot, I'm pretty sure I'm in the barren desert.
I was breathing stinky, thick air. Yeah. Or chariot race. We'll get there. We'll get there.
But anyway, should we talk the actual book? Because there's a lot to cover, and man, did it jump the shark.
Do you want to do anything before the summary?
Nah, I think we just rip into it.
Yeah, we honestly spent so long talking about my immortal.
And my summary's not going to be short.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Synchronism has been gained. The multiverse spaghetti noodles have opened their arms to our boy Vis, and we now have 4 Diagos on 3 worlds. Can't forget Dog Diago, Res, Obitium, and Lyceum. You gotta tell me now, am I pronouncing that the way you want to pronounce it?
Obitium.
And Lyceum.
And yeah.
All right, perfect. Because I'm about to say it a lot.
Yeah, I think it's Obitium, not Obitium. Anyways, Daft Punk.
We have 3 separate stories happening in parallel, and the only common thread is Vis and the other synchronized 1,000-year-old god, Ka. Our mission across all the worlds, kill a god. Race, a tale of betrayal, slavery, and chariot racing revenge. The narrative heavily interweaves the life of Judah ben-Hur with the ministry of Jesus. Oh, wait, sorry, not right. Lyceum, maybe. Ragnar Lothbrok, believing himself to be a descendant of Odin, challenges local Earl Haraldson to explore uncharted lands to the west. Oh, nope, not quite right. Obitium. Let's follow adventurer and treasure hunter Rick O'Connell as he travels to Hamanupatra, the city of the dead, where he accidentally awakens Imhotep, a cursed high priest with supernatural powers. Wait a minute, none of those are right, and I will try again. Let's start in Lyceum. That's the dumbest thing I've ever done. Let's start in Lyceum, a muddy, barren Nordic land where will is held in sticks owned by druids. Vis is immediately kidnapped by ginger Mohawk warrior pirate boys who want to kill him for being different. I don't know how that's any better than what I said first. Thankfully, a druid rescues him and then sacrifices himself to save Vis, who naturally fakes his own death and runs away with a widow to become stepfather to her kids. After a few weeks of playing Thorfinn Simulator, Vis is kidnapped again by other druids and other Mohawk warriors, and we forget all about his new family. We're off to meet the king. This section is really easy to follow. Deglan must come a Harlu the Garan Iondae at Kair Aras and then train at Loch Trinola to kill Dia Okihe.
Racist.
Vis immediately gets himself in trouble at the castle, challenging the biggest warrior he can to a spear fight. Thankfully, he picks up a magic stick that lets him fluently make fun of the warrior's mom in his native tongue. Uh-oh, that really pissed him off. He gets stabbed and wakes up on a boat on his way to another fucking training academy. Let's move her to Obitium. This hot and barren Egyptian wasteland is full of pyramids, crypts, and flying zombie drone spy humans. Thankfully, Uli's brother, Kairor, goes full Mr. Miyagi and shows Vis how to stab people and use will to control them like puppets. How wholesome. After 2 months of stabbing practice, Vis is ready to kill a god and heads off to the Pyramid City to take care of Ka. Back on Res, Weiss signs a series of ironclad Silencium NDAs to cover up more murders and civil rights violations. Also, remember how the whole point of book 1 was him not ceding his will? Well, in this book, he gives it away to as many people as possible. Apparently, Lanastia hates hypocrites because she tries to murder him at the Aurora Columni before magic chains tie her up and save the day. After hatching 8 new secret plans to thwart the Senate, Weiss is about to take his hero placement exams, which are a mix of mental shot put and middle school field day. Thanks to his new superpower of will adoption and the support of the public after he gives an impromptu political speech, Weiss finishes at the top of the class and is naturally awarded the promised status of Quintus. But wait, instead, what if we did a will-powered chariot race of death to arbitrarily decide who the strongest is? What's the point of any of this? Who knows? But we obviously know that Weiss comes out on top as the fastest in the land. And that is how we close part 1. I actually had a lot of fun with that.
Can you explain that joke part about the crypt of Baphomet?
Oh, that's the plot of The Mummy.
Okay, but what was all the... You just found plots that were similar to the plots we read?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Well, Rick O'Connell's his name?
Yeah, Rick O'Connell.
Holy fuck.
I know.
That's no Indiana Jones, I'll tell you that.
It's not. It certainly isn't.
You know what I think is overlooked in our society?
Tell me.
That there is an actual guy named Joe Montana.
Named what? You broke up.
Joe Montana.
Isn't that such like the most American name of all time?
Unbelievable. How could you not be a Hall of Fame quarterback? You can't be a fucking accountant named Joe Montana.
Oh, your audio's trash.
Fuck. I feel like it will be fine in the recording.
I think it will be. I just couldn't actually understand what you were saying there.
Well, anyways, I said you can't be an accountant named Joe Montana.
You seriously can't. You were born. Like, have you seen what Usain Bolt named one of his daughters?
What? Rachel?
I swear to God, I'm gonna have to fact check this next episode, but I think it is Olympia Lightning Bolt.
That kid's gonna be fast as fuck.
Right? How could you not?
He actually gave birth to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Nominative determinism.
Whoa.
Oh, I just stuttered there.
Just like
Braden.
Where do you want to start?
What do you fucking want to do, man? I think my brain just shut down trying to think about all this plot.
So there's 2 paths. One, I have some like general thoughts on the book that I pulled together that aren't like section specific, or we could just pick a section, like a world, and just dive in.
Okay, let's do general thoughts. Keep it tight.
Yep.
Then let's go world by world.
Yep.
And at some point, I think we have to do the thing where we rank our worlds right now.
Okay.
General thoughts. I'll lead off.
It's much more... I'm going to lead off.
Hey, fuck it. You lead off. I don't care.
It is much more verbose than the first book. Like, there's a lot more flowery language sections, some like Hadrianisms. And I didn't like it as much. Like, those portions.
I kind of thought the writing was a little better. I don't know about on the line level, but I rolled my eyes less. But
for me, there were more stinker paragraphs, like ones that I really like highlighted and was like, oh, I don't like the way this is structured. But the overall writing, I'm still enjoying a lot.
I think the stuff that bothered me in Will of the Many was it was just like I studied with the finest minds on Seuss and the art of peeling carrots.
That part's pretty much gone.
There was a little bit of that, obviously, when he talks about riding horses bareback. That was amazing. But now it's just enough to be funny. Yeah, I don't know. The writing's not bad. I feel like he just kind of usually gets out of his own way writing-wise.
He doesn't fuck around because there's more plot coming, so he can't stick around with prose.
Yeah, how could you imagine if you wrote like Virginia Woolf and did this much plot?
That's 8,000 page book.
8,000 inscrutable pages. One thought I had is we just spent a year or so covering Sun Eater by Christopher Rocchio. I won't spoil any of that for people who haven't read it, but I will say it is a series marked by large time skips. And goddamn did I love just picking up where the last book left off and immediately getting some answers about what happened at the end of last book.
Man, was it satisfying. I mean, and not only that, throughout this whole first part, the longest time skip in any of the like worlds back and forth is 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like we skipped a little bit in farming arc and like initial parts of him working in res, but other than that, it's just it was making me think back on Sun Eater, and I was like, he really took some like swings stylistically and in terms of form, and I kind of wonder if every one of those didn't pay off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's so personal, but like, I feel like one of the great things about a series is the continuity. It's just like the only format where I can spend like 4,000 pages with a set of characters and have a continuous narrative like this, and just taking it off the table by like having these books be so disconnected is, it was making me think that didn't quite work for me. And here I like just, we're picking up, it's all part of the same big story here.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be funny to read this in the style of Rakio?
I think the soul of Rakio is in there. There's a little bit of Hadrian and Viz.
There is for sure. So I think the
chariot race would have been 400 pages, though. You have to consider that.
The Battle of Berenike chariot race.
Oh, thank God, honestly.
I think my counter to yours, because I do agree with your point there about continuity and enjoyment. My one counter is that it does feel like he's traded all character development for just pure plot.
I 100% agree. I 90% agree. My counterpoint, I don't think there's a lot of character development in the first book.
Okay, but there was more. I mean, we had some Cairo is like the equivalent of Calidus, but this is like, especially Lyceum, dude. I've gone through like 8 characters in 100 pages that have all died that were important to me.
Siror is wonderful, and sadly, I think he's marked for death. People like that don't survive in these worlds. But yeah, there's no like Aiden or Calidus being introduced here. And Aiden, dude, why is Aiden so absent here? Bring our boy back. He speaks He speaks English good now. Come on.
Yeah.
That's bumming me out. And I mean, Iqua and Amissa are just fucking sad replacements for my sweet, sweet boy Calidus, who I miss very much.
Well, yeah, we can get into the Iqua romance arc that's just replacing it, but
it's just this man loves triangles. Why not introduce a love triangle?
Okay, I only have one more point before we get into the real ones. I counted, hold on, in just this section, I think it's at least 25 separate uses of the word grunt as dialogue.
Has he been watching anime?
I think yes.
Oh.
And I didn't start to pick it up until like halfway through this part.
And
everyone's grunting. Aiden grunts. He grunts. Kyra grunts. Kyra grunts. He grunts. He grunts. He grunts. I give an unsurprised grunt. I glower and grunt. She grunts. Just grunt. Aiden grunts. Me grunts.
Just grunt, damn it.
That's all I'm saying. That's all in the first 20 chapters. So
it's a women's tennis grunt.
Pointing.
Oh! That's not how they grunt.
That was absurd. I don't know. I can't let that slide.
Oh man, that's a good one. I can't wait to have that bother me for the rest of the book now.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
I guess we didn't really talk about our feelings at all about the. We'll get into it. No, we
like
did.
It. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time.
A lot of
it's
plot,
stupid.
not a lot of character. Maybe jumping the shark.
Okay, it's not stupid. I'm taking that back. Parts of it are stupid.
Silly.
It's not stupid at all. It's silly.
Silly, but fun. Okay. Okay, power rank your worlds, and if we agree on a worst, we'll talk about it first. If not, it'll be more democratic.
Okay.
Start at the top. Best.
Obidium.
I feel like Obidium for me is either first or last. You know?
Depends where it goes. But right now for me, it's been the most interesting.
I will agree with you on the strength of the opening of the book, which I found fascinating. And I love Sea Roar.
If I'm comparing the will usage on Obidium to will adoption on Res, and no will usage or danger pulse usage on Lyceum so far, it's just like, man, the magic system on Obidium is so much cooler.
I can't wait to give you some notes that you probably already know on adoption. I learned things when I was.
Can't wait for lore quiz.
Lore quiz.
What's your ranking?
Okay, so we agree on Obidium 1.
Yeah.
2, Contrarian. I'm going Norse Viking land.
I actually, in my heart of hearts, I'm going Res for number 2.
I think my rational brain would pick Res, but honestly, I enjoyed the farming arc, and I felt like it was the only time when we learned something about Viz, and I just needed to like have him become an actual character, and we got a little bit there.
Yeah, I would also argue we get some of that in Lyceum. But yeah, no, I think that's a totally valid point. Honestly, I could go either way, and I don't hate any of the worlds. I have no problem with any.
No, I think that's like
which is impressive.
Yeah, the thing, like a point of praise for it is, man, if you told me about this setup, I'd be like, there are going to be some incredibly annoying cliffhangers where we cut away to another world. And for the most part, I'm more or less equally interested and kind of happy to, see these little mini arcs through.
Yeah. God help us for what's happening in the next 2 parts, though. It's a lot of pressure to put on yourself as an author to pull this off. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. You think Viz is going to meet himself?
No, but I think there has to be other inter-world travelers that are characters we know.
For sure. I mean,
whether
it has
it's
to
Belly or this, obviously the traveler guy with the scar. Like, there's...
Yeah. Linistia, I think, is high on the list if possible. Viridius, I would be open to him being around. Oki score, question mark?
Nah.
It'd be weird because he was playing dumb.
He don't know.
He was playing dumb in book 1
That's too much.
Okay, then it feels wrong to talk about Res first. Why don't we let's just start at Obidium. That's where the book starts.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Take us there. Do you want to visit? Are we finally scheduling that boys' trip to Afghanistan we've always talked about?
Just like the boys' trip to Guatemala that I took. Oh, man.
Can't believe I wasn't invited.
Thank God you weren't.
The fact that you think I wouldn't have liked that trip feels mean.
I've seen you grumpy in easy circumstances, much less a house with 19 guys and no running water.
I've been watching a little bit of Alone.
You have, yeah.
Don't think I'd make it a single night.
No.
Not from circumstances. Yeah, I could sleep outside. It would suck. They got fucking bears out there. Hell no. If I heard a single twig snap, I am phoning home. Get me out of there.
It's trash, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Obidium.
Okay. So we're in Obidium. It's hot. You can't breathe. It seems like it just sucks. And then they clamp a beetle metal bracelet on you and you're fine.
Those things are really handy.
Yeah, the Veracitium medallions. Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're just a perma healing potion.
Yeah, I guess they're imbued with some will, and so they just heal you, basically.
Yeah, so our dear friend Sea Roar, a Kelsier-like, if you will. I'm a man. Are you picking that up?
Yeah.
A good-hearted guy who maybe is willing to go a little too far.
I'm curious what he did in the 7 years until Vise came and why he hasn't made more progress, but, sure.
Probably thinking about. Anyways, will. I guess when the world was split into 3, it divided will so that it used to have all of these properties combined into one, but now in Obidium it has properties more related to restoration.
Yes.
And on Res is now Adderall, and Norse Viking land, we don't know what the fuck it does, but it'd be doing something.
Yeah, and the rending is the split of use of will across the three worlds in response from the good guys, or assuming good guys, to concurrence, Ka winning the war.
And here's the thing that I didn't quite pick this up on the first read. You probably did. So what are the healing amulets called? Things start with a V.
Veritaserum.
Veritaserum, I think, is what you're thinking of from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm looking at what I wrote, which is Veritaserum, which doesn't mean it's what it says in the book.
Okay. Well, those guys are made with obitium will, but they do have them on res, which is very interesting. And importantly, like on one of the first pages, Siror tells him about adoption being like a obitium specific ability of will. So does that mean that Viz can use all kinds of will in each place?
So there's actually a couple things that this brings up. One, there's more than meets the eye, and I think Siror is also holding some information back, because he also says in the section, like, there's no way to go back through the gate. Like, there's no way to go home. It's a one-way tunnel. But clearly there's been objects or information or probably people that go from world to world. So, like, there's something else going on there.
Well, I don't know if I disagree, but like the amulets, right? Those could have been created pre-rending, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
It's not necessarily they got sent across, but yeah, no, I would not be surprised if there's like a back door.
Well, because I'm also thinking,
almost expecting it. Like,
and in book one, remember the guy with the scar is like the other world is watching, like Obitium is watching, or whatever. Like, you know, so I think there's got to be some sort of wormhole. But to your other point, yeah, that's kind of where my mind is going. That like part of this arc is him mastering will in each of the three planets, and then through synchronism, that potentially gives him the power to use all three at once, and that's why it's so dangerous.
I would love to hear more about how connected the three versions of Viz are, because I know they talked about, like, if you die in one, you're gonna know here, like, it will feel horrible.
Yeah. And then when he gets stabbed in the chest in Obitium, he gets like chest pains and rest, but it's not debilitating. So like there's clearly some sort of muffling.
And that's like when he gave him the amulet the first time, he was like making sure that no funk from the other worlds kind of affects you, and vice versa. So I bet we'll get more detail about how like effects on one world are carried over to the next. Very interesting. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. And then the other slight mystery that gets solved in this first lore dump is that they use children to run the gauntlet on Rest because the gate doesn't work for anyone who's ever seeded will.
Yeah, the Aurora Columni.
Which is probably obvious from book one, but it's nice to, like you said, we just get some very clear answers in the first couple chapters.
Yeah, I've read a little bit ahead into part two, and we even get some more. Like in one of the next few chapters, we'll get even more information about that, which is very interesting. And then we do, I think we've already kind of covered the details, but we do get like a little bit of a history of the world here. That Ka, the concurrence, was kind of kicking ass on the OG world when all will split together, and they broke it apart in hopes of maybe winning the fight on one world, and of like, I think they were trying to fuck up will on purpose and make it a little less potent. Was that your sense of it?
Yeah, basically. They needed to split its use up so it wasn't so powerful.
Yeah. Divest.
I mean, it's like Mistborn.
That's not what divest
vibes.
means. Yeah. What else? Oh, and then a little bit more about the cataclysms. They be happening over and over.
Every 300 or so.
Here's my only quiz question. I said I was going to give you a lore quiz. I forgot to do it.
What? I was really excited. I studied.
The cataclysms generally spared one type of person. What did they spare?
Republicans.
Anyone who attended the Kid Rock halftime show. I
don't know. I didn't pick that up.
Did you see the video that was going around from that? I just want to drink my beer, drive my truck.
It's absurd.
Did you watch that?
You know,
Is it
I didn't tune in. I was supporting my Puerto Rican heritage.
Baboni?
Baboni.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Not gonna lie.
I had a great time.
Yeah, that's
I drank a lot of bourbon. I had a really good time.
That's what Bad Bunny would have wanted. Oh yeah, stumped you. I got you good.
Tell me the answer.
Cataclysms generally spared children.
Oh.
Yeah, it killed off like most adults, but it didn't kill the youths. And speaking of Aurora alumni and synchronism and all that stuff, something going on there.
Youth of Nation.
Dude, don't talk to me about Christian rock.
POD, payable on death, baby.
Is that what POD stood for?
It is.
Dude, man, that's another classic band that I knew was Christian and a lot of people didn't.
I knew that. I've been on that lore. I knew that one.
Well, they rocked.
Okay. Where are we? Obidium?
Cataclysms.
All right. Well, yeah,
I think
we did
covered,
that.
That was a good lore corner, right? We covered most of that. Yeah. And now we have Ka.
Yeah, who's apparently he wants to be the only synchronous person. He's been running this show for thousands of years. Assumedly, he also is a person of power on these other two worlds. Maybe the Princeps or whatever, whose name is Ka. Whoa. Who would have thought?
And in Norse Viking world, there are rumors of a shadowy demon king hiding among us. Like, oh, shit, I wonder if that's true.
But in Obidium, he sits in this massive gilded pyramid city with wheel gates and stuff.
Rules the city of the damned, and it has fucking zombies with swords for hands.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
I like that. Man. He's trying different things in different places.
Dude, the scissor hand zombie flying drones were
the Gooners?
The Gooners. They were sick.
I love the Gooners, man. You don't want to be caught by one of them.
I was really enjoying that.
Oh my God, he's gooning.
Yeah, this place is wild. Obidium's crazy.
You know, when we started this episode by reading My Immortal, I think you laughed at her sleeping in a coffin. Doesn't seem like you're laughing at Viz sleeping in a coffin. What the hell?
Got to sleep in the crypt in the Dune colony,
What a weird situation this is.
It's real strange. One of the things I had to stop myself from doing is actually trying to compare geography across worlds, which like Viz kind of tries to do at different times. He's like, they've never heard of cotton, like, but I was thinking,
yeah, no. On Norse Viking land, he was like, I guess I just traveled across the state line.
I love it. Yeah, he just picked a place. He was like, I'm from far away. Whoa.
But he has no fucking idea he's on another world.
No. But I did think that perhaps these crypts had something to do with the crypts on Res that they visit for like the annual look at your dead family member ceremony.
I love that. The necropolis.
Yes, thank you.
There we go. That's the word. It could be. I don't know. It seems kind of like pretty much everyone lives in the city of the damned except for like a girl who eats beans. What's up with her eating beans? Did you make note of this?
Her name is Nofret, and she rocks.
Okay, why is she... I don't know why I was so fixated on this. She was standing by a bush, and she picked some beans and ate them. It's like, you have to cook them. You can't just you can't eat a raw bean.
Dude, you've never been starving in a crypt desert before?
You can't eat a raw bean. And they can cook. This girl's insane. She's a fucking crazy person.
Find me one visual of them cooking in this series. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, this is not like a Redwall
nope.
lengthy descriptions of feasts. I'm going to give you a dried pinto bean in Scottsdale and see how you feel.
All right.
Eat this pinto. Okay.
We gotta talk about anything that happens in this world.
Nothing happens. We get lore dumped and then he has to kill a god.
No, there's lots of things that happen. But I don't think we need... All right, I honestly don't think we need to run through all of the plot summary of everything that happens in this book, because probably if you're 40 minutes into listening to us, you've read this book.
Jesus Christ. This is going to be a long episode.
Yeah.
That's really upsetting.
What do you think about the ability to stab people and control their minds?
I think it's fucking sick.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I mean, God, this section starts so strong. Searoar, best character in the series.
So
Funkle,
far.
a true Funkle. And fucking zombie swords for hands. And the Yunkdai.
You die.
Yunkdai.
And poor Tosh, man.
That guy is going through hell. They gotta let him die. They have to stop stabbing him and let him die.
They stab him for 2 months or something.
Are you scared? Stop being scared. I love that Searoar is like, damn, I didn't fucking think to tell him to not be in incredible pain and scared all the time.
7 years, Searoar. You've been here 7 years stabbing your friends.
Searoar is a monster.
Really
Yeah, an extremely useful tool to be able to speak to the dead and get info from them.
Yeah, because it also turns out you can stab alive things and control them. So he ends up stabbing a gooner.
He's gooning. Goon for me.
Yeah. I kind of loved that. I loved his little gooner buddy, Dwatism, which is just a Pokemon name.
Yeah, that is. It sounds like it would be like a rock with 2 heads.
Yeah. That's Doug Duo, but yes, Dwatism.
More of a Doug Trio man myself. Have you seen the regional variant of Doug Duo that just has a bowl cut?
Is it the Dimsdale Digadome? Dimmadome?
No, it is not. It's a Pokemon. I'll send you. There's a Doug Duo with a bowl cut.
Diglett.
Yeah, that's fascinating. How did you like the try-fail cycle, trying to figure out never done before magic that lasted 1 page?
Hilarious.
Unbelievable.
The 1-page training montage was so funny. Yeah, I guess I'm a natural.
Have you tried this? Oh, it worked.
Man, I texted you actually because upon reflection, I do think that's just funny and I'm enjoying it. And it matches with Islington's book. Like, why are we surprised? But there was a part of it that I hated, which is that some like long forgotten thesis of a random philosopher talking about like empathetic will connection is what triggered Visa's knowledge of how to use this. And it's like, this dude's 18.
Also, we saw what you were doing at the academy. That shit was a joke. You were learning colors and shapes.
You were there 2 months, and half of it was like, a loopy bonding and
a loopy bonding and fucking mecha fighting with some idiot.
Yeah.
Come on.
So don't fucking like CLCS's lost theorem me,
Yeah. Anyways, I invented jet fuel.
Yeah. But I thought it was whatever. It moved the plot along. He knows how to use cool will now. I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say what helps a lot is that what he figured out how to do is fucking sick.
I think that's nice. It's like he's not just learning because book 1 was a lot of learning the theory of will. This book is like, it's all gas, no brakes, all action, no theory. I love it.
And being able to pilot another body feels like that's going to be useful.
So helpful.
Yeah, and so he's the only dude who can do this that we know of, besides
Ka.
And another question: Are we meant to think that there are no other synchronous people?
We're meant to think that, but
it just seems so unlikely.
It seems like, well, I kind of feel like there are probably more people that are on 2 worlds, but not 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense, like the belly theory. Mm-hmm. She's probably, maybe he'll meet her at Viking school.
Maybe he'll meet her in Paris and rekindle their love.
Dude, what if he has a different girlfriend in every world? Is that cheating?
Did you think he was going to bang the widow in Lyceum?
That would be pretty funny. Well, the sexy plumber is here and my husband is dead.
I was like, where are we going with this? He's like really in the family dynamic.
Wow.
Well, before we jump around, anything else we should talk about Obidium?
No, I covered the girl eating beans. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's most of it.
I mean, they're hatching a plan. He's going to go. Okay, here's my question. Chapter 1 ends with a hilarious banger of a line. You must kill a god.
I must kill a god.
Yeah. Eventually become a god. Did you think he accepted this quest a little too quick?
Yes, although he does explain it later by being like, well, I don't really have anything else to do.
But I'm also, yeah. If I die, I don't have to live on Obitium. So that sounds unbelievable.
This horrific, hot, disgusting acid river planet.
Yeah, I guess what else are you going to do? Like, there's
That's
no
what I
chill
figured.
life to be had on Obitium.
Yeah, and I think he made that clear when the Gooners came in and murdered everyone. So it's like there is nowhere to hide. Like
that was really tough. Yeah.
It was tough. It was tough.
I will say you get more windows into life on Obitium, the next section, which is really interesting. So
yeah, because we do leave this section. He's successfully navigated through. I forget what they call the gate, the kind of like shimmering PTSD
it starts
trigger.
with an M. I should know what it is.
I know. I wish I wrote that down, but
and man, do I not understand that? Why he's able to touch it? And
it has to be a synchronism thing.
No, but it doesn't, because he says that he touched this stuff before he went through the labyrinth. Can't remember when, but at least Viz was very clear. Like, I mean, I think we know that there's something weird about Viz. He's not an ordinary boy, and it's not just the labyrinth thing, but I have no theories about what is making him special. It's probably secretly hidden in the first page of the first book, but like,
right.
I don't know.
And we, he gets PTSD from this, let's call it a shimmering doorway, because it's also what he first saw at the Namakea incident.
Yep. Thrum.
Oh, but anyway, he overcomes his PTSD at the end of this, and he's through. He's off to see the pyramid.
Well, are we going to talk about how he gets through? A fucking batshit plan.
Where he kills himself? Yeah, that was awesome.
Stab me through the right side of my chest and don't let me die and fly me in, you zombie freak.
Dude, I know you like Siror. Duodecim was maybe my favorite character.
I'm saying duodecim.
All right. Duodecim.
I think I might be the Travis here, because now that I say that out loud, it sounds dumb. Duodecim?
Don't get me into the names, because I'll go down my Latin thing.
Yeah, let me know when you want to do your tirade on Latin.
I'll go now. I got no problem going now.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I took Latin for a long time. I took Latin for 12 years.
Listeners, Travis went to a private school.
I did Curtamen competitions. I was an all-state Latin athlete.
Wait.
Were
you all-state Latin?
I was all-state Latin.
What? That's badass.
Yeah, so was
wow.
Our boy, who may not be named, who's a rapper in Los Angeles. But
wow. Shout out him.
He was better than me. He was number 1 in the state in Roman history. So anyway, I was doing the hard work of being like, okay, Islington clearly has like a layman's appreciation of Latin because of all this bullshit that he has in the book, from names to whatever, the Vetusian, which just means old, by the way. He's just calling it Oldian.
Old tongue.
First and foremost, he's using Latin and calling it Oldian, which is hilarious. So there's two theories that I have. One is this is hilarious and he's playing a joke on everyone who doesn't know Latin, and I'll tell you why. And the other theory is that he's really stupid. And I'd like to prefer the first theory.
I'm choosing to believe the first because I know he's not stupid.
Yep. So Vis's full name, Vis Solum, which is his like orphan name, just means will alone.
Wow.
Again, Vetusian, we've established, is just Oldian, which is hilarious. Ulsiskor is I avenge.
I saw a Reddit post about that one.
Yep. Lanistia is one letter away from Lanista, which is trainer of gladiators.
And Alupi is friendly dog man.
Basically. Sedosia, obviously sedition, rebellion. Anguis, snake.
That's really
Amissa,
funny.
she who has been sent.
Wow, emissary.
And Siror, I am slain.
Wow.
So it's
those are unbelievably on the nose.
In some of it, you take some license, and I'll Shout out to Maximum Effort Minimum Reward for putting this in a nice chart so I could remember it. But it's so on the nose that it's either like a practical joke or he has zero subtlety, and I can't figure out what it is, but it's really funny because it's just like plot spoilers based on their names.
Well, you know, Australia is a country about being hot and having a good time and calling people gay. You've met Australians.
Sure.
I don't think anyone knows Latin in Australia.
I think it's hilarious, man. I really am just hoping he's playing a joke on everyone.
I think he's like, fucking zero people know Latin. Hey, you know what? He's right. How many people did Kurtaman?
No, the cool kids did.
Yeah. Y'all are both cool.
Yeah.
Y'all are cool.
Thank you. But anyway, that was my little mini rant.
Do you like that better
TBD.
or Rocchio naming his main character after Shakespeare's contemporary who may have written some of Shakespeare's plays?
I'm going to be real. I very much prefer Islington here.
In all respects, Islington. I'm here for the slop, my friends. I'm here to have a good time.
All right, let's do Lyceum.
Well, now that we just did a fucking terrible job with the first world, let's try to do better on the second one.
We did a good job. I don't care what you have to say.
I was thinking about those beans.
Barnes.
Okay. Well, so they're speaking Gaelic, right? Can we get that out of the way?
Seems like it.
Yeah. Have you translated any of it?
No, I didn't do that part in school.
You think I'm going to copy and paste? No, thank you.
Did you like my Gaelic pronunciation in the summary, though?
You gave it a shot. I have no clue how you did.
I watched a Channel 5 with like Andrew Callahan or whatever documentary on kneecap and the Irish language.
I love really cool. Kneecap.
Kneecap, they're so fun, man.
They are so fucking
You should check it out. It's a good YouTube video. It's long.
I'll check it out. I love Kneecap and Callahan. We'll see. I know he's trying to right his wrongs.
I've mixed opinions on him, but he covers interesting stuff.
He's good at what he does. You gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take us there. Take us to
Viking land. We start on a boat, and if I told you I was writing a story about Gaelic-speaking Norse druids with mohawks, you would think I was dumb. But it's kind of working for me.
Yeah. I don't know why, but
why do they gotta have mohawks?
Why not?
Why not? Is the better question.
I think Islington's whole philosophy of this book was, why not?
Say yes. Why say no when you could say yes?
City of yes. Let's go. Yeah.
Chariot race? Fuck it. Put it in. Who cares?
He took his whole vision board and just said, yeah.
The first book sold too well. Everyone's like, Mohawks sound amazing. Yes. Put them in there. When I think Norse druid, I'm thinking Mohawk.
When I think Nordic speaking Gaelic, I think red hair Mohawk.
Yeah, my headcanon for these characters has always been Billy Idol. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. They're a bunch of fucking druids, and they're speaking a language I can't read. And one of the druids is kind of friendly and seems to know what's good with Viz being from off-world, spirits him away, and he seems to have a little bit too much faith in the power of borders.
Of borders and of respect for religious figures.
Yeah. I'm a druid and we're in Illinois now. Surely I won't get beheaded. Honestly, fooled me. I did not. I thought that was going to be our C-roar for this whole section.
Yeah. I mean, that's the funny thing is there's like 4 versions of this guy in this section. Sion and Lear and whoever the last one. It was really hard to keep track of these characters. I'm not going to lie.
The dead guy whose thoughts he keeps voicing accidentally.
I mean, that's going to be interesting.
Dude, that's bothering me. I just want a consistent mentor to tell Viz what's up.
Yeah, we need our Kelsier on every world, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess we don't have one on Rez, do we? It's Viridius, but he hates him.
It was Lenistia, but she tried to kill him.
Yeah, fucking what a traitor, first of all. Have some
self-control. One world at a time.
This is so hard to talk about. Yeah, okay, this to me felt like the lightest on plot. However, I don't know. I generally liked what happened. Like, I have absolutely no idea where this is going, but I found the death of the druid shocking. I'm excited to learn more about druidic magic, and weirdly, really enjoyed his little farming arc with the nice Irish family. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought there was some good good writing about like, man, I've just never really had a normal life or a peaceful time to just kind of be a kid. And
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I enjoyed that.
I agree. And there was actually some like lighthearted humor. There's not a ton of like humor in these books.
No.
But him playing with like the kids and they're like making fun of him and stuff, I actually was like, this is genuinely heartwarming.
Yeah. And I don't know, we spent like at least some of the last book with him saying he wanted to be an ambassador on some weird island.
Right.
And I guess he sort of got to live that out. Like, you could imagine a world where he's happy not doing that much. It's not like, I don't know. He's not like ridiculously ambitious in the way that some main characters are. Like, there's a part of him that's like that, but there is probably a part of him that could have been happy being a farmer.
One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
One must imagine Sisyphus farming.
Actually, this reminded me a little of Hadrian's Spicer arc. You remember where he wanted to go be a Spicer with Janan?
That was off page and all, as with all Hadrian development. Anyways,
but unfortunately, Thorfinn, you know, as always
reference
happens.
for 0 people.
Unfortunately, war finds us all in the end, and he's kidnapped by a new druid and new warriors to go see King Ronan.
Yeah, I guess they are not happy that he has dead guy's staff.
Understandably, to be honest, like
I feel like he's a pretty credible alibi.
what, I'm from a place that you don't know, and
no, he's like, the guy gave it to me. I have 100 witnesses whose lives I saved. Like,
no, actually, that part is credible. His like backstory is not credible.
That it is real. Like, my girlfriend goes to another school vibes.
Yeah. Oh man, but I thought actually the scene at the castle with the king and stuff was actually really fun. I don't know why. I really liked it.
Did you like the song?
I thought, dude, okay, here was my initial reaction. I thought that On This World, Will was going to be bard based.
Oh my God.
I freaked out for a minute. I thought it was going to be like Princess Donut, Bardcore. Oh, you don't get that reference yet. But,
well, I was going to make a Wheel Time reference you wouldn't get. So,
there you go.
Anyways. There people be singing in fantasy books, like Tom Bombadil. Yeah, that was cool. Did you ever play Skyrim?
I've watched people play Skyrim.
I got a lot of Skyrim imagery floating around in my head here, especially when they go to the Jarl's house with the giant U-shaped banquet table and stuff. I feel like I'm with the Stormcloaks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but he kind of threefold apologies here, like figures out cultural norms way too quickly because he's Vise. And,
oh yeah, we were texting about him learning fluent Viking in 3 days. That's fucking awesome.
And so he like pledges himself to the king and then gets in this like spear fight with the big bad guy. I loved. It's just so classic Vise.
Yeah, it did have this it felt like so mythic, like Sword in the Stone, like the fucking glowing spear calling to him. I liked it. I don't know. I could imagine someone eye rolling, but
for sure. What do you think it is? Do you think it's like people can imbue their memories into physical objects, and that's what the staff is? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have no idea other than this dead guy seems to be speaking through him.
Yeah.
Also, there was something weird, like when they get raided early on and he's still with the friendly druid, the druid is like using will in his sleep, or he has like gone into some sort of will coma.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what he's doing, but I bet we'll learn.
Yeah. Maybe communicating, because it seems like he was trying to get Vise to somebody for safety. Yeah. We'll find out. But maybe before we find out, we're going to find out what the Catalan Academy version is on Lyceum.
Another school, man.
Dude, I am upset. I think of all maybe the NDAs and the chariot race and this are my least favorite three things of this book.
As a real Viz turns to camera moment. He gives it the Jim from The Office. School? Aw.
Oh, man.
I don't have grades.
God, I don't want another school arc. I'm good.
But it does set us up for another fucking completely pointless competition at something that will have weirdly high stakes.
Yes, warrior school.
Chess, chariots, mecha fighting. Add to the list.
Oh, anywho.
Man, he does have a lot of duels.
I know.
Okay.
Rest. We're on our third world.
Hell yeah. Take me back to Rome.
Let me scroll up through my 19 pages of notes on this section. Hold on.
Well, it starts with everybody being dead from the...
Okay. Here's my opening. This is the first note that I took of the rest section. Do NDAs no longer apply for Calidus? Because are they just not covering up the Uticum deaths anymore? Like, are we just doing the same thing now? You know? Haven't like 30 people died in the last 5 years in the same competition? So why is this any different?
Well, I think this one is more pub. I think weren't they just like dying in the fucking labyrinth? But now there was an Anguist attack.
Yeah,
Sorry.
But I'm just throwing out.
Angui.
Apparently NDAs are not ironclad.
First of all, it's the Silencium, and second of all, they are enforced. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I guess it was a big public crisis, but yeah, rest in peace, Calidus. He has a big blow up with the Incredible Hulk.
Valid?
I gotta say, valid, man.
Valid.
Yeah, he did get his. He really wanted him to be in that Eudicium, and goddamn, was that not a good place to be?
And man, he's known his dad for like 2 months, and the guy's been a jerk to him the whole time. You know, you're not my real dad.
Yeah, I don't know why I hadn't quite pieced it together. Just like, damn, Kisco really fucked him over hard in that first book. Yeah, so well earned. Except there's some really weird Viz shit where he's like, "This is all a maneuver, and I'm going to pretend to be mad about Calidus dying, but I actually am a little mad." Like, the social manipulation shit is so back on res.
Yeah, he says, I think the quote is, "The scales of our relationship shift." Then I wanted to barf a little bit. It was like him self-narrating his social manipulation.
Yeah, just stop that. Why don't you just let him be mad for completely valid reasons?
Yeah, it's more realistic.
Okay.
Aurora Columni. Let's talk about that shit.
That shit was nuts.
Yo. Also, it's getting brighter, which is not concerning.
Okay, I was going to say, can I add a pointless note? Yeah, okay, we have to address that. It's getting brighter, and the strange mystical man with a scar on his face says that means the end is nigh. So,
yes.
I don't know what to do with that. But Viz didn't like touching it, much like I don't like touching fish. And Lanicia fucking really didn't like him touching it.
Complete the journey, warrior. Complete
Manchurian
the journey, warrior.
Candidate moment.
Really great reference there.
Thank you. Yeah, she tries to kill our boy. And
clearly not of her own volition.
Well, doesn't matter. Sap her. Straight to it. Sap her ass.
They do straight to jail.
Do the crime, do the time.
I didn't reread this part, but so the columns just throw chains at her?
No. Incredible Hulk does. I think he imbues them. Oh. That would have been way more fun.
I marked it down to go back and never did, but I was like, whoa, the column has a mind of its own.
They protect themselves. Well, no. They were imbued games. Yeah.
Thank you. That's actually really helpful. But
okay.
Do we think she's a Eunctus?
Yeah, we were talking about this off pod.
Yeah.
That seems like a reasonable theory, that she's under some sort of control. We know she likely ran the labyrinth or tried to. Got her eyes popped out. Yeah. But I guess what is that? In order to be you know what? I have information that I can't give you.
What if she's a gooner on Obidium and it bleeds through?
I mean, so you're assuming she's synchronous or at least only dead in Viking land?
Yeah. And instead of dying in Obidium, she actually just got captured by Ka, and he's controlling her. But then part of the control, imperfectly, bleeds through the other world.
But she's got amnesia.
I don't know, man. I'm just throwing theories out here.
What's up with the amnesia? Okay.
It's a clever plot tactic.
Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
Have you ever played Zelda?
Final Fantasy 1 through a million. I don't know. I think we'll have better theories once we get through part 2. But yeah, I think something Yunkdisi is how I'm feeling these days. So.
And I would follow that up, moving us forward a little bit, when he gets the blood test and stuff for the placement exams.
Yeah.
It appeared, like, my thought is that, like, military and people in the higher ups know about, like, the Yunkti. They know about, like, synchronism. They know about these gateways. Like, this is a poorly kept secret. And so the blood test is also, I mean, this is all stuff from book 1, but it kind of confirms that. I think they know that you can come back from another world or something.
I think that's sort of what they're looking for. And he also has a conversation with Amissa that I think more or less says that. Like, that's why she ended up stabbing him, was she was able to do some sort of quick test on his blood and it wasn't right. But
exactly.
No, that was after. That was after he went through the labyrinth, right?
Yeah, that was after.
Yeah, it was after.
He's, you know what? This is an aside from the theory. He's pretty forgiving in this section on Riss. He forgives Amissa. He forgives Iqua. He forgives Marcellus or whoever the guy is.
He kind of off-page forgives Olkiskor. Like, they're still working together and shit. Like, it's not like the end for them, really.
But he forgives everybody. He's very gracious.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
credit where credit's due.
From what I know about him, all I know is he's fucking really good at chariots. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, a lot of funky blood stuff. And I imagine we're going to find kind of more and more off-world will stuff bleeding into the res plot.
Yep.
But first, now that we're out of the academy, we need to have more testing and other shit before he can get a job.
This is the most convoluted thing. It's like, first he has the whole Uticum. Now he's like taking a test to take a test. First he does foundation and Rorschach tests. Mindax Animus. The Mindax Animus.
Oh my God. I was hoping you would translate that for me.
Something soul. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, he has some sort of mysterious test to figure out if he's a demon or not. I don't know. Who knows?
Let's see. Mindax is a villain who's a terrorist in some sort of fandom. That's the first thing I saw.
Okay, well that could be it.
Anyway, but I don't actually want to Google this because I'll spoil it, I think. But
yeah.
But anyway, we're on to the placements, and first of all, he gets a pyramid.
Yeah, dude. Also, crazy we haven't seen seating before. Didn't think it was just going to be a firm Rick Perry handshake, but sure enough, it was.
They put her there.
It's funny that they're like, we discovered this not that long ago. I was like, how?
Lots of handshaking, We're playing.
Man, I just gave someone a hearty handshake, and all of a sudden I felt like, fuck.
So religion and governance were playing naked strip twister the other night, and all of a sudden, Bobby felt real good. I was getting a Dutch
rudder, and all of a sudden, I was an eighth of a man. Oh man, that's the fucking best. I give you my will.
I do like how he's like, yeah, this shit feels pretty good.
Honestly, man, I'm kind of cracked out right now. That was fun.
Dude, what a naive teenager. This is like when you're a teenager and you're like, I'm never going to be a participant in society. And then at like 25, you're paying taxes and like renting an apartment,
Why do you need will to work in government?
You're smarter.
Not really.
It does.
You're a little sharper.
Yeah.
I don't think you probably need it.
When you want it, though, isn't that the whole point of power?
So it's just like, man, I would fucking love to be able to throw a boulder over my house.
I mean, why do we give taxes to our government, you know?
Invade foreign countries.
Yeah, see? You answered your own question.
Yeah, good point, man. Good point. All I'm saying is I'm not quite understanding why everyone needs will.
You know what I'm not quite understanding?
I don't think it's their soldiers.
What's he doing with the smithing?
No idea. That's a real Red Rising maneuver. And I have a plan, which I will reveal in 4 chapters.
Yep.
Yeah, no idea. What did you think about his dapping up Aiden to get his will back?
It was awesome.
It's kind of sick. I loved that.
He rallies the general public with a fucking political speech, and then
which was prefaced by a line was like, "Thank goodness I've been studying oration, and I learned the 50 greatest speeches of men on Zeus."
It was a classic Zeus shout out, just like, of course.
That was now it's in the book so little that when I get one of those, I love it.
Yeah,
like him learning how to ride bareback on Zeus. It's like, this is fucking awesome.
In defense of the bareback, I'm glad most authors have people riding on horses for like days at a time. That is physically awful. Like, I'm glad that he pointed out, he's like, I can't ride this shit bareback this far.
Hell
like,
no.
Put me on your horse. That just giving him some credit in that section.
Yeah. I challenge you, reader. Go ride a horse across our continent and tell me how that feels.
Bareback.
Dude, yeah, why don't people write about saddle sores more?
Right?
Some good stuff there.
Let's get the Oregon Trail fanfic,
You know, Oregon Trail developed by grads of Carleton College.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Not.
Boo, fuck Minnesota. Okay. So I'm gonna skip the fucking tests. He just wait, let's talk about adoption.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's do adoption. That's like it's adoption, tests, and chariots. That's all we got here.
Adoption. Weird word for magic. I don't know. That was my first reaction.
Well, he is an orphan, so.
Yeah, you do have a good point there. Well, anyways, Viz gets adopted. And that's another complex magical technique that he's able to master in 4 seconds. So.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to practice this one.
Oh. No, he just kind of does it on the fly. He can suck will out of things.
Kind of crazy. So he can, any object that's been imbued, he can just Kirby it.
And people be imbuing things all the time. Seems like he's got a pretty perpetual source of will here.
Can you imagine sucking off a transvect?
Oh, God. That's not the word I thought you were going to say. And I was stunned with what you were about to contribute to the podcast. That'd be funny. The transvect is crashing, and he looks over, and Viz is like, his pupils are completely dilated. Like, I am bucked up. I'm flying. Oh, man. Is it the Anqui? No, it's Viz. He's coked out.
Just the end of Scarface.
Fuck, that's
the
funny.
Mountain of cocaine.
I'm gonna throw this transvect. Fuck. God damn. Ugh. Islington, you know what you need to do, my friend. You've given Viz a loaded gun.
Take our energy. Do it. Oh, man. I think, so the other funny part, not only does he learn adoption instantly, he also just realizes he can think really hard and get the danger pulse back.
Danger pulse has to stop, but we do get at least an explanation that he just senses will.
Yeah, it's like a will, whatever the mini map radar is in Call of Duty. That's what he has.
Yeah. For some reason, knowing that he's sensing will feels better than when it was just danger pulse.
Yeah. But I'm never going to stop saying Danger Pulse.
I love Danger Pulse. Okay. Long story short, he does great at his tests, even though he cheats a little bit. Who
But
cares? Everyone cheats.
not good enough. Not good enough.
However, one of the fancy boys whose name starts with I, his dad says, "You got one arm, you're a crippled freak, and I don't think you should be the Domitor anymore." And for reasons that I don't understand, and I'd like to think no one understands, Viz feels like he has to participate in a chariot race to defend the title he's already won. It's a real belly playing chess moment.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the same like instrument that he's used previously when, oh, it's time to be promoted through the meritocracy. It's like, joke's on you. We're going to duel. it's I don't know why we have this 3 times, but
it's just so absurd that like the guy has no standing to do this, and then this is what we were talking about. Like Islington said no to any idea that he had. He's like, I want a fucking chariot race, and I'm gonna make it happen, even if there's no justification for it. And just like, it really rubbed me, man. Like, not that the scene was cool. I liked the race. It's just was not justified by the text.
Agreed. The scene itself in a vacuum was fun, but I was angry at its existence. And part of it too is like, you know, you make this huge deal about the hierarchy and these political structures, governance and religion and whatever. And there's like multiple people that outrank Iroh's dad, who's the guy who's like issuing this challenge. And I'm like, why isn't the censor, like the guy who runs governance, like in as a rank above? Like, there's tertiuses and quadriuses or whatever. Like, how is this guy able to just overrule the entire structure of their society? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, why wouldn't it? Just seems like there would be a million people like, yeah, this is dumb. Like, this kid won the academy and just did really well in these tests. Like, even people who don't care, I imagine, would be like, that's insane. Like, why are we doing a chariot race? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
You've just, I don't know. I imagine a lot of people felt this way, or probably, no pun intended, beating a dead horse.
Huh.
Heyo.
Well, pop quiz for you. What are the 2 most popular chariot teams in Catan?
Fucking Hufflepuffs and Gryffindors.
Green and blue.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a cool name.
I thought he was going to give me a cool name. This isn't my fault.
That's very, it's very Ivy League, like the Harvard Crimson.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, this whole thing.
Well, they have a fucking
sense.
race. I don't even know what to say about it, man. It was a cool action scene. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked that there was some Mario Kart in there. At one point, one of the boys is hanging back. He's like, "Oh, the chaos is going to be up there. They're going to get blue shelled. I'm hanging back here." Smart.
It was smart. And, you know, maybe a little bit of a foundation for a romance arc with I-XXX in here, because they're a pretty good team and they're a little flirty.
It does seem like things are going that way, doesn't it?
It do.
And Amissa stabbed him, so.
Can't do that. Well, to be fair,
I-XXX hasn't stabbed anybody.
No, but I-XXX did mug him in an alleyway.
Wait, yeah, what the fuck am I talking about? Yeah. Her justification was way worse. She's like, I just didn't trust you. I had street rats try to kill you.
I think he's got bad taste in women.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. If a woman tried to kill me, I feel like I'd be out.
Or you'd be really into it.
Policy.
You don't know until you try it.
You never know. And a little twisteroo at the end. He doesn't get the job.
Yeah.
Despite Domitor and winning the chariot race and fucking all this shit.
Yep, they just give it to I-XXX. So I-XXX's going to go investigate.
Why? Yeah, so what was that? I assume there's a plan there, but
yeah, I don't know. It was stupid. I'm sure. I don't know. She gets to go investigate the death of their friends, and they're gonna stay homies, and the censor's gonna use her.
They're gonna buddy cop it. Yeah.
And now he needs a new job.
Yeah, I think the censor will help. Yeah. The censor's, I think, indicated he'll set him up somewhere else that'll be fine. Maybe you'll send him to a farm.
Yeah. But boy, talk about no payoff for any of these big plot events, like the Uticum, the placement tests, the chariot race. Like, just give him what he wanted.
No. All the boy wanted was to be an ambassador on an island. And now he's a rogue detective for his dead friend's dad.
No, he's a special agent for special missions.
There we go. Who now uses will, and low-key likes it. Okay. Prediction time.
There are Yunkti among us on Res.
Great call. Great call.
Siror is hiding something, whether it's interdimensional travel or that Linistia is like a captive of Ka. And that's pretty much it. And I think romance arc with Iqua. Those are my 3 predictions.
Yeah, agree on Iqua. Agree that I think Siror is going to have shades of evil, but probably still be a good guy. And man, is he not surviving this book. Putting that one down right now.
Nope.
I don't believe this, but I want it to be true. I'm going to predict that we have met Ka already on another world.
That's a fun prediction.
I don't know who, but I want it to be true because that would be so fun.
Yeah. I'm also going to predict that we get a lot more really easy to remember locations like Neripik and Quaber and Duat.
Oh, man. And finally got my trip to Duat, got my PTO approved.
The old Quaber two-stopper, that's what they call it.
My boss is going to be pissed when I show back up with swords for hands. Can't type anymore.
But I'm pumped. We'll see everyone in a week with the results of our predictions. It's gonna be great.
Not feeling good about that. Yeah, we'll be back in like a week with part 2, and then a week after that, part 3. This is a long one. If you made it to the end, God bless you. First of all,
yeah.
I don't know how you did it. Second, if you're enjoying this and you have friends who've read the book, send it to them. Maybe they'll enjoy it. You never know.
And send us a note if you have questions, if you want us to talk about something.
Corrections. I feel like we fucked stuff up.
I love reading emails, so please send us emails. It feels really validating. Please clap.
Travis doesn't have a ton of friends in real life, and so when you reach out to him, it feels good. It feels a lot better for him than it does for me.
It's true. And we'll be back in a week with a golf course review.
What you've all been waiting for, a review of 3 Scottsdale, Arizona golf courses. Woo!
Woo!
All right, and with that, Travis, can you please sing a song in Gaelic?
Kneecap is coming on.
Oh, fuck yes. All right, goodbye.
Bye.